Hey guys, welcome back to another speed build, and today is going to be a bit different because this video is actually split in two because half of this is basically a very rough speed build edit, and the other half of this is basically me touring the after the speed build basically. So if you guys do want to see the end product of this build, do keep in mind to stick around because yeah, it's my first ever like little commentary tour. So yeah, so if you guys do want to see what it looks like in the end, don't forget to stick around. I said that too many times, didn't I? Anyways, today I wanted to build a cottage, hence the name Cottage Farmhouse, Farmhouse Cottage. I'm not really sure. I got the name mixed up so many times while like editing this and like just organizing all my files and everything. So I'm not even sure what I'm going to end up naming this in the end, but the basic theme is that there's supposed to be a cottage here, and for pretty much one reason only. So this is an entry this build, this whole lot is an entry for a giveaway hosted by Emily Blue Jay on Twitter. And basically, what you have to do is build some sort of cottage type of build, or so submit a family or just a cast, I guess. And then, yeah, so then the winners will be selected randomly. And yeah, this whole build was super fun to build in the end. I just enjoyed it a lot, mainly because of the amount of effort I put into this. I don't know what possessed me to put so much effort into some cottage, because I don't know, I like to build big sometimes, and when I do build big, I don't pay attention to detail or whatever, nothing much, you know. I like to just have like a huge lot and add a couple things on it and call it a day. But today I actually cluttered things up. I built like extra little details things, little build, you'll see what I mean later on. I built like a barn, like animal enclosures. Well, I guess part of me really wanted to like encompass like the whole idea of this new pack, because I really do like the idea of this new pack, the Cottage Living Pack that's coming out like soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but soon. And yeah, I feel like it's so generic and like so, it's like I feel like everyone can get something out of it, you know? Like it's not specifically based on, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but like I feel like everybody can build a cottage, you know? It's not super hard. I did it right here, and I don't. It's okay, I guess. I mean, I feel like I could have done built the cottage a bit better, because I feel like the shape is just a bit basic. But yeah, it's done now. It's posted on the gallery if you guys do want to get it. So I can't really change it. But my gallery origin ID thing is StudioSimmer. If you guys do want to grab this build off the gallery, oh god, I didn't play test it. Whoops. I didn't playtest this build, so I have no idea if your Sims can even get to the cottage at the top of the hill. Yeah, there's a disclaimer for you. You might want to even out the terrain and whatnot. And speaking of terrain, apparently coming with the new pack, there's going to be a new base game update, which is like terrain tools and like updated terrain tools. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Anyways, I watched like Little Simsy's video for like the first time about like, the latest pack and her early access videos, and there's like pawn tools now, and that's new. First of all, you know, these us builders, we have to like make pawns with the pools and everything, but now we actually have like a tool for that, so that's going to be interesting. I'm excited for that. Yeah, and pretty much there's a lot more landscaping, trees and everything. I'm just so excited to see what everybody comes up with, and yeah, just everything, all the creativity that comes with the new pack, and especially since it's a expansion pack, I really like it. It's gonna come with a lot of things, and you know, it's gonna be overpriced and whatever, but we don't talk about that. We do not talk about that here. But here you guys can see me start with the coloring, I guess, of the whole house area. You guys would have saw over there, I built some Enclosures, yes, enclosures. I almost like had no words to describe that, but I wanted to incorporate animals. Now, the whole giveaway only requires me to build a cottage as my entry and just submit it. But no, I decided to be extra because I have a problem with that, and I decided to incorporate a farm as well. So you guys will see that farm later. And I also decided to incorporate a windmill as well. So I used Tool for that. So if you guys don't know what Tool is, it's such a great mod for like builders who want to go and take the next level. Yeah, so Tool basically is a mod that helps you, like enables you to manipulate stuff in the game, builds, just build things, basically create things out of the debug menu. That's what I like to use it for. And you guys would have saw there, I used Tool to make a windmill. Now, I did get some inspiration from another shell contest that I entered a long time ago, and the winner had a windmill type of build, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is such a great idea. I tried doing it. It took me half an hour to figure out what I wanted, like how I wanted to do it, and it looks so easy to do in my opinion, but like it took me forever to figure out. Yeah, so here you guys can see me start off with the farm base layer type of thing. So the farm is at the bottom of the hill, as you guys can see, and it's pretty much storage. You guys will see that later when I tour this. It's pretty much like a storage area, but I wanted to have like this like farmy yet cottage type of build. Technically, the cottage at the top of the hill is basically a farmhouse, but we don't talk about that, okay? Because I need a cottage, not a farmhouse. But I have an enclosure, a couple enclosures actually, for animals, and I also do have like an area for like crops and whatnot. It's not super big, which is something I do regret because I wish I had more space to plant more things. But you know what? You just make do with what you got. And now moving on to the parts that are lesser known once you take a straight look at the build, because this water element area is actually near the back of the build. Now I wanted to add some water elements to the build just to fill up the backspace to make sure that it didn't look empty or too repetitive. So I did that, and I decided to put a waterfall. The waterfall in the water in the waterfall is coming out of nowhere basically, but we don't talk about that either. Yeah, so the Sims build really has no definition of the laws of physics or just common sense, because my waterfall is coming out of the rocks, and I have no idea where the water that comes out of the rocks come from. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, so the whole build, or this whole speed build, it's a very rough edit of what my process was, but I still wanted to show you guys what I did, just because it just took me forever to do. And yeah, so the majority of this is going to be landscaping. The other majority of it is going to be detailing. Now, I don't like to go all in with detail when it comes to big builds like this because I usually get drained out and whatnot, but today I actually had some sort of willpower to do stuff like that. But I don't show any interior decorating of this build as in a speed build because it was just too time consuming. But if you do download this, you guys will be able to see all the little clutter pieces and whatnot. But here you guys can see me finish off like the tiny details. I did add stuff in the enclosures, like the hay bales and whatnot, to make it feel more like a farm, because that's the only thing I think of when it comes to a farm, is just hay and more hay. It's a bummer that we don't have any horses that are coming to the game, but you know what? You just gotta make do with what you got, and I think cows are enough. Yeah, so that's my little rant about animals that are coming with the new expansion pack. But here are the animals that I added in this build. So I added some chickens, I added some pigs, and I added some llamas. Yeah, so it's a very random type of bunch of animals. Llamas are very random, but I feel like EA is all about the llamas and everything. So I decided, why not add llamas? You know, I had no idea what to use for horses in the game. So yeah, so here's just me placing my makeshift pigs and just little farm animals. It's nothing. It's still like a little silly feature that I added just to make my farm feel more alive. And yeah, so on to my tour now. Hey guys, so here's my tour. This is gonna be a very tiny walk around of my farm. So let's just get into it. I do apologize if the filter, I mean the preset looks weird. The reshade, just basically it's just acting up recently, so I will have to update it. So anyways, here's my farm. Here you guys can see at the bottom layer we have little like flower rows, and we also have plants for your Sims to plant in game. Now those carrots aren't plantable, but yeah, they just look aesthetic and they look like a farm. And those apples right there took me forever to place, so please appreciate those. I do have a truck here with some hay. That all of this, a lot of this build, I used a lot of tools, so please keep that in mind. If you try to recreate something, you probably will need tool. Anyways, moving into this farm area, this inside here is just full of clutter. Now I went full clutter mode, went into the debug menu, got a bunch of things like those wood log. Also, I did stack up a lot of like pots. You guys will see that out throughout the build. Just a lot of storage items. I kind of imagined this would be a place where your Sims would want to like fix things, fix cars, I don't know. But that's my thought process for this. It's very cluttered, very messy, but overall I think it works. The only thing I would change are those lights, because they totally do not match with the whole build and everything. But yeah, so there's also like an activity here or two for your sim to do, so it's not completely useless. This is a barn door from Cats and Dogs. It's literally all sized up, and yeah, so you might have to find a way around it for your Sims to enter the building. Although I did put a base game archway behind that, so hopefully it works, but I haven't play tested this at all. I'm too lazy to. Moving on here, we have our animal pen. As you guys saw in the speed build, I tried to incorporate animals. I really wanted to like mimic like the new late upcoming pack, because you know it's gonna have a lot of animals like chickens and stuff. So that's what I did here. Obviously we don't have chickens yet in the game, and I'm too broke to get the Cottage Living Pack when it probably will come out. So these are my make do chickens for now. They're very stoic and they don't move, but I did make little like chicken houses. I literally forgot the name of it, but these chicken statues look so cute inside. I just had to incorporate it. And I also did look up like a lot of different chicken houses, chicken coops on the gallery, just to find a great design that I could follow. So that's my thought process behind this. It's not that detailed. I mean, there's just a pen with grass and everything in it. But alongside of the fence, you guys can see some more stuff, clutter. I have a rock path, stone path leading up to here. I do wish I would have cluttered that bench up now. That's gonna haunt me forever, but that's not the point. Anyways, these things originally were supposed to be greenhouses, but now I changed it so that I could have pigs, because why not? The pigs here are, they don't move, they don't eat, they don't do anything at all, obviously, but I thought they looked cute, and you know, I really wanted to have more animal. Obviously there's not going to be pigs in the why do I keep on saying late coming? Upcoming pack. So I wanted to incorporate pigs in this. I just thought they look cute, and they're just kind of very adorably happy in their little mud pen. And I thought it was just a great idea for a farm cottage thing to have. This side we have llamas. Now it's a very, very weird combination. You know, you have llamas here, you have pigs over there, and you have chickens on over here. This is a very unique farm. Obviously EA wasn't going to include horses in the Cottage Living Pack. I just wanted to make it look like EA. This is part of an EA type of build with all the llama activity and stuff. So on this farm, we don't do llama horse racing, we do llama racing. Yeah, so the whole bottom layer of this build is very farm-like inspired. I did do a lot of landscaping, as you guys can see here. There's like a hill. It's very simple now that I look at it. It's not that impressive, but there's like landscaping all over from the back to the front. It took me so long to build, and I was almost not going to do a video on this just because I kind of cropped out and took out most of the footage for this. But anyways, here you guys can see at the back here we have some water, just water elements basically, and I have a waterfall with a water wheel. Now a lot of this inspiration came from, I don't know, different shells, different things people submitted like over time, and I just took inspiration from this, and I decided I want to build a water wheel. I don't know how water wheels work. I think they just look pretty by the water, so that's my whole point for that. Here's the waterfall. Obviously we don't talk about where the water is coming from the waterfall. That's just a different story, but I just wanted to add something back here to make it look less empty, I guess. And yeah, I think it works pretty well. I mean, it doesn't totally pop out, but it still catches some people's eyes, in my opinion. Yeah, so if you move up to this hill, we have the main event thing, eye catcher, whatever. It's a cottage. Now that windmill took me forever to build, and I couldn't figure out how windmills were supposed to look like and how they were supposed to be built. Yeah, anyways, it looks kind of easy to build, but like in reality it caused me a lot of frustration, and yeah, we don't talk about it anymore. But anyways, other than the windmill, we have this like cottage. It's very simple. I probably could have built a better cottage since the whole giveaway was based on building a cottage entry, so there's that. I think that this works, okay? I think it's fine. Anyways, we move on to the inside. So if we move on to here, we have just a cute sitting area, porch and whatnot. But the entryway to this whole house is what really is my favorite part of this build, because it's so cozy. Honestly, this is like one of my like coziest builds ever. It may not be the best, but I feel like there's a lot of clutter and a lot of work that got put into this. So there was like a red couch seating area, you know, with the rocking chair. I really like that touch. If you just move around this whole build, there's clutter. So if you go on to the left, you guys can see we enter the the main dining area and kitchen. Oops. Okay. Main dining area. It's very cottage-like. I do have to say so myself. I do like the vibes it gives off, especially with those like chairs and everything. I think this family might have a pet, so that's why there's a dog bowl, or could be for a cat. Anyways, the kitchen, obviously you guys can see here, is over cluttered. I think I overdid it with this one actually, so maybe might have to pull back, but like I think it just makes the whole build seem very lived in. You know, what I imagined for this family is like, I don't know, just a very loving, maybe couple. Yeah, it has to be couple because there's only one bedroom here, but a loving couple that's been here, that's lived here on this cottage farm for many years now. So that's why it's very messy and cluttered and cozy, and it tells a story, which I like. Here is the laundry area. Now it's very unique because I normally don't put laundry areas in my kitchen, but I think it works. In my opinion, I think it works with the tile and whatnot. In there you see there's a bathroom. It's very simple. It's I forgot the toilet paper, I know. Please do not sue me. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that much detail, but moving on. So we have the kitchen area, we go through the living area, oops, and we have another bathroom here. Here you guys can see we have the not really that much decorated bedroom, but I wanted to incorporate a lot of wood tones and a lot of clutter. Not so much on the dresser obviously, but on the makeup table there is some just a lot of old things, antique items that I think that this couple that I imagine might like. Obviously, it doesn't have to be for a couple. You guys can renovate it to however you want it to. Here you guys can see we have the office area. Now this, as you guys can see, room by room, you guys can see how I slowly start to like give up and like kind of like get drained from all the hours I put in. So not very cluttered at all, not very decorated, but there are still activities here. There's like a, I don't know, bed for your pet, whatever, and there's just an old desk over there. It's very simple, very simply decorated in my opinion. So there's that. And then if you move on into the outside, we have this gorgeous view. It's very pretty, actually. I definitely want to live here. But we have a campfire, we have some wood, uh, some activities here. Like I said, this whole cottage is filled with so many things to do. Like your Sims will never get bored. Um, yeah, so we have a clothes rack and just a picnic table, just a place to chill, you know. Um, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I feel like this whole build doesn't take long to go through, but like it took me forever to like put together. But at the back here, I'll just show you guys the back. It's very simple. I used a lot of tulle, as I said before. So if you want like this like look of the indented rock into the terrain, you'll definitely need to get Tool by Twisted Mexi. I can't recommend that mod enough because it's so amazing for builders who want a landscape and whatnot, and build that stinking windmill that took me forever to make. But yeah, I really like this build, honestly, and I think that it works so well with the upcoming pack. And hopefully, if you guys are like me and probably won't be able to get their hands on um, you know, the latest pack, well, here's a cottage for you using all the other packs other than Cottage Living. So in that case, I do apologize if you don't have any packs. Yeah, I kind of got carried away. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this little mini tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you guys did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to get this on the gallery, and I'll see you guys in the next one.